So it's the day after your game against Anish Giri, who you defeated yesterday and knocked out of the tournament. You've had some time to process it. How are you feeling?
Uh, it's slowly starting to sink in because honestly, I did not expect to still be here at this point, and we'll see how far I can go. But I haven't been thinking about chess recently and after the game, so I think I'll start preparing probably tomorrow only. So.
Of course, you have this preparation to do tomorrow, and it's unfortunately against a compatriot of yours. Does that make it harder about the game? I know the German team is quite close.
I mean, Matthias and I, we have played many, many times. We know each other very well. I think there aren't too many secrets there. Honestly, it might be better that I'm playing him than if I had to figure out a player from scratch. We both kind of know how each one of us plays.
And I mean, the entire German contingent has been doing exceptionally well here. So there must be a lot of good feeling in general amongst the German kind of camp of the tournaments.
Generally, yeah. I think few people expected both myself and Frederick to knock out top players here, and we still have we have 4 players still in the running, and it's also like we usually have meals together, and team spirit is still there, even though Matthias and I play each other.
I mean, in some way, you say this about how people, perhaps didn't expect Frederick and yourself to knock out, Gukesh and Giri. In some ways, though, perhaps we can consider the Giri achievement a little bit more special in a way. I mean, Giri, was on a 50-something classical undefeated streak when you beat him. I think he was last beaten in Prague back in February or March, and he's, looked in very solid form, great throughout the last couple of months. Does that kind of mean something special as well to destroy someone's undefeated streak like that?
Honestly, I didn't know until you just told me.
But now you know, does it make you feel better?
Now, Giri is obviously a very, very solid player. And I think I wouldn't say it is like special in itself, but I would, can I tell a very short story?
Go ahead, please do.
Basically, I knew that probably yesterday was not going to be my best day in terms of chess. I was feeling a bit under the weather, and I generally didn't want to take a lot of risks in the game. But somehow we still ended up in a very complicated position, and okay, well, obviously it worked out very well, but it reminded me of another game that I played against Gukesh, actually. Last time I played Vaikanze. I was also I could tell before the game that it would be very risky to go for like a full-blooded fight, and I still went for it. I went for a very complex variation, and I was completely destroyed with whites, like no chance at all. And the first 1.5 hours of the game yesterday, I was falling behind on the clock, and I was getting a bit nervous that this might be exactly the kind of scenario where I didn't didn't reduce the risk to a minimum when I could have. But then, okay, my position turned out to be quite good, and I could handle it there.
So in a way, we could say this isn't just a victory against Giri; it's kind of like a personal triumph as well. That you vanquished that experience from Vaikanze with a more positive experience here, perhaps.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, I think it wasn't my best game, but it definitely wasn't Anish's best game. But I think I played some decent moves yesterday, and it was yeah. I honestly don't really know what to say, because it was I don't know. Somehow the game didn't. I don't have a lot of conscious memories of what was happening there.
Is that because of the kind of, I don't know, being so caught up in the game itself, or as you said, you're feeling a bit unwell? Which one was it?
Probably somewhat both of those, because I remember that after the time control, I realized I'm winning, and there's very little left to do. But then, like when I was walking around and getting myself water, I started thinking, oh my God, it would be so amazing if I actually win this game. I get 2 rest days, like I beat a top player, and then I had to force myself to like tell myself, okay, you can do all of this, but like in 1 hour. In 1 hour, it's going to be over, and then you can do whatever you want. But right now, you have to forget about that and just still lock in and focus on the game.
So it's actually like quite a kind of endurance event from that perspective as well, you know, to try and make sure you lock in and get through that.
Yeah, it's also about kind of staying in control of your own thoughts, because obviously you should only be thinking about stuff that helps you during the game, yeah? And thinking how cool it would be to win usually doesn't help you, like it just makes you nervous.
Was there a moment in that game where, you know, I've had the benefit of the engine and like looking at the engine, so, you know, that's obviously very different from when you're looking at the board. I'm nowhere near the strength of you guys, but you did this F5 push at some point. You know, did you kind of regret that because it prevented your knight from being able to join the attack more easily?
I mean, when I played this knight d6 and queen g6 idea, I was aware that dynamically I should be winning, but I didn't have much time and I didn't see like a direct way to actually make it happen. I saw that I can play either bishop d4, knight f5, or I can play f5 and try to go for f6. In the end, I made the wrong call, but
it worked out anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't so trivial, but at least I was still very sure that whatever happens, my position is so good, I can never really mess it up.
It's kind of like the human factor, right? Like even if Stockfish thinks that this position is now back to equality, you know, you have to rely on your opponent's trust in the position, trust himself to be able to pull that off. You know, the human is not the engine, essentially.
Yeah, no, and of course, like if Anish finds the good defensive moves in mutual time trouble, then okay, props to him, and then he survives the game and we go to tie breaks. But these are the kind of small decisions that decide the games eventually, and it is what it is at the top level. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, you mentioned that you have somewhat of a rest day today. I apologize for taking you out of your, you know, recovery from your health, but I'm very grateful for you for this interview. Any plans for tomorrow, or just hoping to continue to recover to, you know, face Blue Baum at your best?
I think, honestly, it feels like I've already been here forever, like maybe 2 weeks, approaching 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And the routines are kind of set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what I do during the day. If I feel good enough, I'd usually like to exercise, but right now I should probably dial back on that. And there are no special plans. Like when I feel good enough to prepare chess-wise, then I will do that.
Just dinner with the German team otherwise?
Dinner with the German team is always on the table.
That's a routine, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, you know, really hope that you recover to full strength soon. And, you know, if this game against Giri was you when you were feeling unwell, I think we should be afraid of what you're going to be like when you're back to full health.
Hopefully, yeah. But you can never know these things in advance, yeah. Sometimes you play your best games when you think it should not be working out, but can't predict everything in chess.
Sure. Well, no, thank you so much, and yeah, we'll let you recuperate. Thank you, Alexander.